First, read the question. If you have not gone through this question earlier, then please go through the question first, try to understand the condition, and then try to solve the questions. Those who have already gone through the question, please give me the answer for first one. A. Suppose K is open and rod is moved with speed of 12 centimeter per second in the direction shown. Give the polarity and magnitude of the induced EMF. चलो जल्दी आंसर करो. Let us see how many of you can recall the concepts of motional EMF and get the answer. If you find difficulty in calculation and all, you can just give me the formula which you are going to use. Okay? If you are finding difficulty in giving the final answer, as it might be calculative according to you, so you can just give me the formula that we have used. All right? Come on, guys, please solve. Okay, Atharv has given some answer. All right, very good. Monisha has also given an answer. Correct. Okay, Monisha has given the numerical answer also. That's good. Very good. Come on, bacha log, please answer this. Ravi Kiran has given the answer for polarity. All right, that's correct. Very good, Ravi Kiran. Vijay Lakshmi has given an answer. Pratish Patil, Prajwal, Sagar Gowda, Adesh. Adesh, you are giving an answer for voltage, like potential difference or current, because the unit that you have mentioned is milliampere. But question is, you need to find the induced EMF, magnitude of induced EMF. It should be in terms of volt or microvolt. Yeah, theek hai Adesh. All right. Chalo, so I can say that few of you can recall this concept. Few of you have the Gajni effect right now, or the morning effect, or the laziness that you already have with you. Why to solve numericals, sir? All right. Anyway, ठीक है. रक्षा ने भी आंसर किया है. रक्षा, अथर्व ने बोला चंद्रमुखी इफेक्ट. नो, चंद्रमुखी का अभी इफेक्ट नहीं आएगा. अभी रात में सपनों की रानी कोई आई होगी, उसका इफेक्ट आया होगा. ठीक है, चलिए तो देखते हैं. तो ये आपका फिगर है. ठीक है, दिस इज द डायग्राम गिवन टू यू. दिस इज व्हाट, दिस इज द मैग्नेट, and this is the north pole, this is the south pole. So what is the direction of magnetic field here, guys? What is the direction of magnetic field? It's downward direction. Okay, and since they have this you can say that a parallelopipe kind of magnet or magnetic pole here and here, so magnetic field at all the places here will be what? Downward, like this. All right, chaliye now. Yeah, so a metal rod PQ, this is the metal rod PQ resting on a smooth rail, so friction is zero. Smooth rail AB, so these are the two rails, smooth rails, and positioned between the poles of a permanent magnet. The rails, the rod and the magnetic field are in three mutual perpendicular directions. The rail, okay, the rod and the magnetic field, they are what? In mutual perpendicular direction. A galvanometer G connects the rail through a switch K. So through the rail, a galvanometer has been connected through a switch. ठीक है, चलिए आगे क्या बोला है. Length of rod is given to you. Magnetic field that has been created is given to you. Resistance of the closed loop. This loop, if it is closed, if this switch is closed, then the resistance of this loop would be दिया हुआ, that is nothing but the, so resistance of the closed loop containing the rod, containing this rod, is 9 million. ठीक है. Assume the field to be uniform. Assume the field to be uniform. That means the field that is downward in vertically downward direction is what? Uniform. Suppose K is open. The first condition is suppose K is open. Now this is an open circuit. So current cannot flow, right? Achha, the rod is moved with speed of 12 centimeter per second in the direction shown, that is towards right. give the polarity. So now guys, how do you find the polarity? So we find the point or the end towards which the positive charges will rush towards, rush to accumulate. That end will be what? Higher polarity. That will be what? Positive polarity. So if you find the end towards this, or towards which the positive charges will be accumulated, for that you need to find what is the force that will be applied on the positive charge. For that you need to use Q V cross B. So if you use V cross B, the direction will be what? V is towards right, B is downward. So your fingers should be in this direction, palm should be facing down. If you do that, your thumb will be showing towards P, and this thumb will show the direction of force. That means all the positive charges will rush towards P. If all the positive charges will rush towards P, so P will be positive, Q will be negative. All right, guys. So I hope this is clear to all of you. Achha, what about the induced EMF? What about the magnitude of induced EMF? It's simple. As you can see, the length and velocity and magnetic field, all of them are what? Perpendicular to each other. So I'll say Vp minus Vq. Why did I write Vp minus Vq? Vp is higher potential, Vq is lower potential. So higher minus lower will be equal to B into L into V. Do I know the value of B? It is given to us 0.5. Do I know the value of length? It is given to us 15 centimeter, 15 by 100 into. What is the velocity? 12 centimeter. So 12 divided by 100. Okay? Solve it down, you'll get the answer. So this is the form, this is the approach for first one. All right. We have already solved this kind of problem, right? There, this magnet was not given, directly B was given, right? And exactly the similar condition was there. Chalo, now second question. Is there an excess charge build up at the ends of the rod when K is open? What is the answer, guys? Tell me. Is there an excess charge build up at the ends of the rod when K is open? Yes or no? Yes, correct. Pratish, why no, bacha? Excess charge, because of the buildup of excess charge only, na induction of EMF occurs here. Got it? So yes, first ke liye, is there an excess charge build up at the ends of rod when K is open? Correct answer is yes. Then, what if K is closed? Okay? What if K is closed? So kya hoga bacha log? What will happen if K is closed? That means the switch is closed. Then this accumulation will be gone. What will happen? Now the charges will flow. So accumulation stops. Accumulation to stop पहले ही हो जाता है. Now current will flow. ठीक है? Current will flow. When you close the switch, because of this accumulation, there is a potential difference between P and Q. If you close the switch, what will happen? So whatever the extra charges that you're having here, that will try to come here. So this extra charge has come here. Now, because of this, electrostatic force will decrease. So magnetic force will again move it back to this position. So because of connecting this with a closed loop, what will happen? Current will start flowing to maintain that constant potential difference. All right. Third one. Tell me guys, what is the answer for third one? Is there an excess charge, with K open and rod moving uniformly? There is no net force on the electron in the rod PQ, even though they do experience magnetic force due to motion of the rod. Explain. Bolo acha lo. So what is the question? Bol raha hai ki with K open, if K is open here, the rod moving uniformly. Rod is moving uniformly. There is no net force acts on the electron. Net force is what? 0 in the rod PQ, even though they do experience magnetic force due to motion of the rod. Explain. So you just have to explain that there will be magnetic force towards P. There will be magnetic force towards P, and there will be electrostatic force towards E. Okay? Got my point? Yeah. Magnetic force will be cancelled by electric force. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that net force is 0, so magnetic force will not occur. Right? So here what will happen? What is the condition here? So magnetic force is in upward direction. Fm will be equal to Fe and Fnet will be 0. If Fnet is 0, that doesn't mean Fm will also be 0, right? So this Fm occurs because of the uniform motion of the rod. So Fm is 0, but that Fm is what? Cancelled or compensated by the electrostatic force. And that is why net force is 0. But it doesn't mean that magnetic force will also be 0. There will be magnetic force, and because of that, the accumulation of charges has started, and they are what? They'll be centered at P, positive charge, and at Q, negative charge will be centered. If this magnetic force will decrease, what will happen? They'll again, like that, accumulation will be dispersed, and what will happen? Again, the same arrangement will occur. Okay? Yeah, net force is here. The net force is nothing but the low range force, na, Pranesh? All right, guys. Fourth one. Tell me what is the answer of fourth one? What is the retarding force on the rod when K is closed? Guys, if you don't want to give me the numerical value, give me the formula that you want to use here. Tell me what is the retarding force on the rod, not on the electron. Atharv, electrostatic force will act on the charges. Okay? Tell me the answer for what is the retarding force on the rod when K is closed? No, Atharv, Fm is not the electrostatic force, bacha. Fm is the magnetic force, right? Very good. Pratisha said I into L into V. Correct. Because when you close the switch, what will happen? Current will flow. If you close the switch from PQ, current will flow from Q to P. Now I can assume there is a current carrying wire which is there in magnetic field. So if there is a current carrying wire which is there in magnetic field, that current carrying wire will experience a force. All right. So what will be the answer? You can write here that this will be I into L into B. And what is the value of I? So BLV divided by R. So what is the value of, if I write the answer for D, you'll write retarding force will be equal to I into L into B, and I is nothing but BLV divided by resistance R into L into B. So the correct answer that we have already done is B square L square V divided by R. So this is the retarding force that the rod is going to experience. Achha. What about the fifth one then? How much power is required by an external agent? So this retarding force is there, right? So how much power is required by an external agent to keep the rod moving at the same speed? Since there is a retarding force, so the speed of the rod must decrease. But if you want to make sure the rod moves uniformly, what should be the power given by the external agent? Tell me, guys. So can I say that because of this retarding force, there'll be work done, right? So if an external agent wants the rod to move uniformly, the external force must be equal to this retarding force. All right. So if this external force is equal to this retarding force, then the rod will move undeviated or without any change in speed. So if this is the F external, achha. So this is the value of F external. Now what is the external power? So external power will be F external into the velocity V. Now what is F external? That is F, so F into V. So what is F? Put the value. So B square L square V into V, so V square divided by R. So this is the power given by the external force or external agency to maintain the constant speed of the rod. All right. Achha, what will happen? How much power is required when K is open? Bolo bachalo. How much power is required when K is open? When K is open. Tell me, guys, how much power is required when switch is open? No power required. Why? Because no resistive force is there. Because if K is open, current is 0. If current is 0, F is 0. If F is 0, F external is 0. If F external is 0, power required is 0. Got my point? So when there is no any current flowing through the rod, so there will not be any current, there will not be any force that will be experienced by the rod in the magnetic field. So if no force is there, so I'll say the rod will move undeviated. If rod is moving undeviated already, Y2 gives some extra power. So no power will be required when the switch will be open. All right. Now solve for, this was E or F? This was E, right? So this is D. This is E. All right, guys. Tell me the answer for F. How much power is dissipated as heat in the closed circuit? And what is the source of this power? Exactly, same as the last one, right? So how much power is dissipated as heat? So I'll say the power dissipated as heat, power dissipation, is equal to I square into R. If you put the value of I here, you'll get the answer as B square L square V square divided by R. So this is exactly as the same power given by the external force. All right. Now question is, what is the source of this power? So what is the source of this power, guys? The source is nothing but the external agent. External agent. So whatever power that external agent has given, that power will be dissipated as heat in the resistor. Now again charged particle will come to the same rod, and again the external agent will give some power, get the power, dissipate it, again come back. So that is how current will flow, right? That is how the energy transaction occur with the help of charged particles in a current carrying loop. Okay? So whatever the power that will be given by the external agent, what will happen? That will be dissipated as heat, because power can neither be created nor be destroyed. All right. Now, what is the answer for last question? What is the induced EMF in the moving rod if magnetic field is parallel to the rails instead of being perpendicular? Bolo chalo. What will be the induced EMF in the moving rod if magnetic field is parallel to the rails instead of being perpendicular? Answer is 0. Answer is laddu, bada sa laddu. Why it is 0? Because the rod will not be cross or will not be cutting the magnetic field, right? क्या हो गया बच्चा लोग? ऐसा हो जाएगा कुछ. So magnetic field is what? Parallel to this. So this rod is what? Gliding over the magnetic field. It is not crossing it. Okay? So magnetic force will not occur on P and Q. Like charge accumulation will not occur at P and Q. So no induction of EMF will occur. All right? So if this B will be parallel to the rail, so what will happen? The induced EMF in the moving rod will be laddu, bada sa laddu. Now guys, click yes if you have understood the basic of motional EMF, power transaction and all those things. Guys, I need your responses here. Please respond with yes if you have understood the motional EMF, because this was a kind of revision that I wanted for you guys. Clear hai sabko? All right, very good guys. Thank you for being responsive. Now let us move on to a next question that is based on induction of EMF because of rotation of a rod. I know I have given you the approach, but I didn't solve any numerical based on this. So I have included 2 questions based on this rotation of rod and all. So Pooja, I think you have asked a question also from the disc and all, right? So I'll clear that also. So don't worry. Tell me guys, what is the answer for this? Bachalo, please try to get the answer for this one. So Vishruth has answered, Pratish Patil, Khushi. Viresh, मैं कर दूंगा on, don't worry. Don't worry, I'll switch on the video. I'm having hot milk. I don't want you to see that glass and this. Okay, so that's why I have deactivated my video. तो मैं चुप चुप के दूध पी रहा हूँ actually, हल्दी वाला दूध. So yeah, answer करो बच्चा लोग. 75 is the common answer that I'm having from Khushi, Vishrut, Pritish, Gokul, Samriddhi. Ravi Kiran is like Ravi Kiran differs from the answer. He thinks 87.5. Venkatesh has given an answer 2b omega L square. All right. Yes, one child is screaming and like he just never में है ना, तो बाजू वाला कुछ तो चिल्ला रहा है किसी चीज के लिए. Okay, same here, but born beta, ठीक है. I think right now this haldi is like you can say that more useful. आपका majority ज़्यादा है. Yes, 75 is like the majority here. Background noise is coming. Which kind of background noise? Guys, can you hear me clearly? Is my voice clear to all of you, or is it disturbing? और थोड़ा सा interference is there. It's clear, right? ठीक है. So Mohit has answered. Adesh, so many of you have answered. No, child is not screaming now. Why are you blaming that बच्चा सा child, छोटा सा child? He just he just made a sound few minutes back. Now I think he's clear. Like he's calm. It's fine. All right. देखो तो answer करता हूँ. देखो बच्चा लोग. So I have already included that question. I have shared the approach with you. I didn't solve it down. ठीक है? And no Athar, no, कोई बच्चा रो नहीं रहा है यार. There's no one. कोई चाइल्ड रो नहीं रहा है, कहीं कुछ नहीं है. देखो, so let me just give you the answer for first simple one. So if this is a rod, ठीक है, ये मान लो ऐसा rod है, and this rod is, let us say, rotating about this axis. This is the pivot end, and this rod is rotating with angular velocity omega. Angular velocity omega. देखो, कोई भूत नहीं है. मुझे भूत से ना डर लगता है ना यकीन करता हूँ. ठीक है, so don't worry. So this is the angular velocity omega. Radius of length of this is, let's say, L. ठीक है, length of this is L. If I ask you to find out what is the induced EMF between between A and B, let's say this is A, and this is B. ठीक है, we have to find what is the induced EMF between A and B. What will be the answer? So first method is like, first thing that will come to your mind is what? You'll think of कि sir B into V into L कर दो. So B VL. B is constant. That is clear. No problem. B is what? Into the plane. There is no any issue with that. Length is also constant. But what about velocity? Does this rod or does the elements of this rod have same velocity? No. As you go away from the pivoted end, velocity changes, right? As you go away from this point A towards B, velocity actually increases. So velocity of all the elements of this length is not same. Got my point? Achha, so what is the velocity, sir? So if I take an element, let us say this is an element I'm talking about, which is at a distance of x from the pivoted end, and which is having a length of dx. Okay, which is having a length of dx. Tell me what will be the velocity of this small element or this small elemental length of the conductor. What is the velocity? So we know that if a rigid body is rotating about an axis, and if I'm talking about velocity of a point which is located at a distance of x, the velocity of this will be what? Perpendicular to this, to the radius. And this will be what? Omega into r. R is what? Radius of rotation. Linear velocity is what? Omega into r. And where r is what? Radius of rotation. ये क्या हो गया? गायब? What has happened? What has just happened? Now you can say Chandramukhi has come. All right. Seriously, Chandramukhi has come. क्या रे? Guys, please don't message me on the co-host account. I can't see that. No, भांग का effect मेरा कुछ नहीं है रे. मैंने कुछ नहीं किया देखो. So this was a problem from now it's okay. So Wi-Fi भांग खाया. Wi-Fi is not doing something. I think this iPad या फिर laptop को कुछ तो issue है या फिर internet का कोई issue है. Not internet, because all of a sudden it stopped sharing the screen. So वो Zoom का कुछ हो सकता bug होगा. ठीक है? Turmeric milk. कुछ नहीं, milk के कारण कुछ नहीं है. Don't worry. Yeah, so what is the value, bacha log? Omega into r. R is what? The radius of rotation. What is the radius of rotation for this element? So when this rod will rotate, this will rotate in this circle, right? And what is the radius? X. So omega into x is the velocity. All right. So if I talk about this element, x will change. If I talk about this element, x will change. If I talk about the end point, x will be the maximum, right? So the velocity of the element will increase from 0 to omega l. So 0, thoda badhega aur badhega aur badhega. And at end B, the maximum velocity will be there. And this will be omega into L. All right. Chalo, badhiya hai. So now let us find out what is the induced EMF across these 2 points. Chote sa point. So I'll write DE is equal to B into V. V is what? Omega into X. Into L. What is the length? DX. So this is D, right? This is the induced EMF between these 2 points. I am asking you what is the induced EMF between A and B. So can I say for all such elements, the left hand side of this element will be having positive sign, the right hand side will be having negative sign. Because velocity in this direction, magnetic field is into the plane. So V cross B, if I find out, positive charges will try to rush towards leftward. So in this small element, this will have positive charge, this will have negative charge. So all these small elements will have the same arrangement, plus minus, plus minus, plus minus. Can I say I'm going to get this kind of arrangement? Plus minus, plus minus, plus minus. Can I say there are many infinite number of small cells connected in series, right? There are several batteries connected in series. So what will be the induced, what will the net EMF of this combination? Summation of all these EMFs, right? And these are nothing but DE1, DE2, DE3, DE4, DE5. So if you want to find the total EMF, net EMF, you need to integrate. So E will be equal to integration DE, and this will be equal to integration B omega X into DX. Now how the X value change? X changes from 0 to L. If you integrate this, you'll get induced EMF is equal to B omega L square divided by 2. Since I have considered L as capital, so L square divided by 2. So this is the induced EMF between pivoted point and the other end. Pivoted end and the free end. Okay? This is the induced EMF between pivoted end and the free end. Now guys, click yes if you have understood this. Jaldi se click karo yes. All right, guys. So only 40 of you have responded to me. Wait, Madi, Atar. Avanti Gurukul. Who is this? Okay, ठीक है प्रदीप sir. 2 minutes. Can I solve this? ठीक है. So induced EMF between this pivoted end and the free end is what? B omega L square by 2. Now let us go back to this question. Now what is the equation here? You need to find induced EMF between M and Q. You need to find what is the induced EMF between M and Q. कैसे निकालेंगे देखो बच्चा. So can I assume that this is exactly the similar condition that we are having here between A and B? So if I ask you what is induced EMF between M and Q, first of all tell me out of M and Q, which will have higher potential? बोलो बच्चा लोग. Out of M and Q, which will have higher potential? Pratish has said M, Pranesh Q, Adesh M. Yeah. So most of you are saying M only. How do you find out which one will have higher potential? By finding the end where the positive charges will be accumulated. Now, if I talk about MQ length, okay? If I talk about MQ length, so how this MQ will move, guys? So this will move, this will rotate in this direction. So the direction of all the velocities of the element will be like this. So find out V cross B. This is V. B is what? Into the plane. So how do you find V cross B? Direct your right hand fingers along the direction of V in such a way that palm should be facing down. So palm should be facing down. So in which direction thumb will direct? So thumb will be towards left. Got my point? So out of M and Q, M will be having higher potential, Q will be having lower potential. Similarly, if I talk about P and M, which will have higher potential? P will have higher potential, M will have lower potential. Okay? So in this question, you have to find what is the induced EMF between M and Q. Can I write induced EMF between PQ can be written as induced EMF between PM plus induced EMF between M and Q? Guys, click yes if you agree with this relation. Induced EMF between PQ can be written as induced EMF between PM plus induced EMF between MQ. Agreed? All right. Now, I know this value because this is given to us, 100 volt. Once I'll find out what is EPM, I'll get the answer. Got my point? Acha. From pivoted end and the other end, what is the answer? B omega L square by 2. Can I write EPM can be written as B into omega. What is the length? What is the distance between P and M here? L only. Total is 2L. This is L. So I'll say L square by 2 plus EMQ. And EPM is nothing but 100. Put the value of B here. B given to us kya? B is given to us. B is nothing but in terms of B only. Acha. This is one of the equation that you're going to get. This is one of the equation that you're going to get. With this, that EMQ can be written as B omega L square by 2. Okay? Plus, sorry, EMQ plus B omega L square by 2 can be written as 100. Now, how will I get the value of B omega L square by 2? Bolo bachalo. How will I get this ratio? So just now we have figured out the same thing will go here. Can I say EPQ can also be written as, this is not PM, this is PQ. EPQ can also be written as B into omega into, what is the total length बच्चा? यहाँ से यहाँ कितना length है? 2L. So 2L square divided by 2. B omega L square by 2. So B omega L square by 2 will be EPQ. Now this is 100 and this is equal to 4 by 2. See, 2L square is 4L square. 4 by 2 is 2. So I can write this as 2 into B omega L square. So from here I'll write B omega L square as 50. Now I can put the value of B omega L square as 50 here. And finally I'll get the answer as EMQ can be written as 100 minus 50 by 2. So correct answer is 75 volt. Guys, click yes if you have understood this. Let me know if you have any doubt in this one. But chalo, click yes if you have understood this, or let me know if you have any doubt in this one. जल्दी से बताओ. सबको क्लियर है? ठीक है. तो thumbs up. तुम जीत गए प्रतीश. हाँ, you have won. So majority this time majority has have won. बहुत बढ़िया. But guys, don't assume that majority always won in physics and all. Yeah, hooray, correct. ठीक है. A very good Rohan. So those who have got 75 volt, they are correct. So alright guys, I think Pradeep sir is there. So he'll take something, some NPS or something of that sort. So for the time being, I'm deactivating my video and audio. So Pradeep sir will talk. The answer for this is 75, and I think that is correct also. We have got the answer as 75. Chaliye. So let us move on to next question, which is exactly similar as that of this. Chaliye. Guys, get me a correct answer for this one. Now you know the approach. Tell me what will be the answer for induced EMF between P and Q and P and C. जल्दी से बताओ. What will be the induced EMF between PQ and PC? So between these 2 points and between PC. So Pratish has answered. Pratish, is it the answer? Like, are you answering for both of the points? PQ and PC both 0 or something else? Vishruth has answered. All right. खुशी B omega L square 2BO. Okay, ठीक है, देखते हैं. All right. Pratish ने बोला between them difference 0. No, not. I'm not asking you what is the difference between EPQ and EPC. I am asking you what is EPQ. ठीक है, and what is EPC. This is the question. Don't misread the question. All right. Question is find the induced EMF between PQ and PC. So induced EMF between P and Q and induced EMF between P and C. Saksha omega L square by 2. All right. Athar we saying B omega L square by 2. Same for both. Prashant is saying B omega L square by 2 for PC and PQ के लिए 0. ठीक है, देखते हैं. Ashutosh has answered. Adesh has answered. I have written wrong. What did I write wrong? मैंने क्या गलत लिखा? प्रतीश, क्या गलत लिखा मैंने बच्चा? Bharat, Pranesh. It's PQ only. Why you're saying CQ? अच्छा, यहाँ पे ये तो अलग क्वेश्चन है ना. This is the second question. Mohit ने आंसर किया. Vishrut has actually drawn a diagram also to explain this positive negative. Very good, Vishrut. Keep it up. Well attempted. Well done. प्रथम ने आंसर किया. So many of you have answered. चलिए आंसर करते हैं. Let me answer this for you. देखते हैं कितने लोगों का करेक्ट आंसर है. So let us solve this step by step. If I ask you about C and Q, tell me which point will have higher potential, C or Q? Out of C and Q, which point will have higher potential? Which point will have higher potential? Yeah, so C. सबने C बोला, एक ने सिर्फ Q बोला है. See, to the right end of this C, this C is the pivoted end. About C, this rod will rotate. So out of C and Q, what will happen? C will have the higher potential. Why? Because all the elements to the right of C will move in upward direction. So if I ask you what is V cross V, you will say V is in upward direction, V is into the plane, so thumb will direct towards left. So towards C. So I'll say VC minus VQ will be equal to B into omega. What is the distance? What is the difference between them? Length kitna है? L. L square by 2. Acha guys, tell me out of P and C. Out of P and C. See these ends. This is moving in upward direction. If I talk about PC, where the PC will go? If this is going to rotate in anti-clockwise direction, PC will come down. Right? Tell me out of P and C, which point will have higher potential? बोलो बच्चा लोग, out of P and C, which point will have higher potential? It's P, right? Or Q or C? सब लोगों ने कुछ mixed सा आंसर किया है. See, the PC length, if I talk about any element which is lying left to the C part, they are going down. So this is the direction of V. So this is the direction of fingers. And if you direct your fingers in downward direction, making sure your palm is facing down, the thumb will be towards C only. So what will be which will have the higher potential? C will have the higher potential. So क्या लिखेंगे? VC minus VP will be equal to B into omega. Again, length is L, so L square by 2. All right. So what is the question, guys? First they have asked what is VP. Like, let us find out first of all this one. EPC. Can I say if I add this? VPC पूछा है ना? नहीं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. Add ऐसा नहीं कर सकते. VPC is simply this answer. VPC is what? This answer. So this is the second answer. You can say EPC. What about EPQ? How will I get EPQ, guys? Now this is equation 1. This is equation 2. I need to get what is EPQ. Negative of this. Correct only. Negative of this. This will be what? This will be negative of EPC. No issues ना. मैं value बता रहा हूँ, magnitude बता रहा हूँ. चलिए, if I ask you to find VPQ or induced EMF between P and Q, how will you get it? So can I say I need to get VP minus VQ? So I will subtract like this. Wait a minute. Yeah. So VC minus VQ minus of VC minus VP will be equal to 0. If I subtract this, so this is the first one, this is the second one. If I subtract like this, okay? So 2 from 1. So this C and C will get cancelled. you're going to get Vp minus Vq. What is the answer? It's 0. It's nothing but EPQ. So correct answer for this is what? EPQ is 0 and EPC is what? B omega L square by 2. Guys, click yes if you have understood this. बच्चा लोग click yes if you have understood this. जल्दी से yes पे click करो. अगर डाउट है तो प्लीज बता दो. ठीक है, बहुत बढ़िया. नहीं विजय कुमार ऐड कैसे करेंगे बच्चा? ऐड करोगे तो कुछ कैंसिल नहीं होगा ना. ठीक है. अबव आदेश, अबव केस दूसरा है ना, अलग है ना. अबव केस में रोटेशन कहाँ हो रहा है? यहाँ हो रहा है. Here where the rotation is going on, rotation is about C point. Others you have to see the difference. In this case rotation is going to happen about P, about one of the end, but here rotation is going to occur about the middle point. So there are two different cases, so answer will be different. Why we have to remember that they'll have the same answer? Adesh, did you get the point? All right, draw the circuit diagram of the parts PC and CQ. तो PC का circuit diagram क्या हो जाएगा? So if I ask you to draw the circuit diagram for PC, which one is having higher potential? So C is having higher potential. So it will look like something this. CQ, which is having higher potential. So out of C and Q, C is having higher potential. So it will look like this. So this is P, this point is C, and this point is Q. Both of them are having same induced EMF. This is E, this is E. Let us not write that. Now, what is the net EMF across PQ? If you add these two, they're what? Added, like they're what? They have been added in opposite polarity. So E minus E will be 0. That is what we are getting here also. Chetan, what do you want to find? First of all, see, Chetan is asking, sir, why do we not add it? Chetan, I have to find EPQ. That means VP minus VQ or VQ minus VP. If you add these two, whether you will get VP minus VQ ever, this VC will also be there, na? If you add this, what will happen? VC will get added up. They'll not get cancelled. So I don't want VC in my equation. I just want VP minus VQ. So if you add it, you'll get, if you just add it, 2VC minus VQ minus VQ. This is very simple common sense, bacha Chetan. You have to apply that. I don't want to find this. I just want to find this part. So I have to take such an operation where VC will get cancelled. That is why I have done the subtraction part. If you subtracted VC will get cancelled. I'll get VP and VQ only. Chetan, got my point? KV Chetan, समझ आया? So थोड़ा सोचो यार, do it yourself first. For these things you don't need me, believe me. ये बाद में अगर तू सोचेगा ना, why did I ask this question? But anyway, you can ask me, no problem. But थोड़ा सा ध्यान देना आगे से. Alright guys, this is it about this motional EMF. Acha, Pooja has asked a question that is also very easy one. This is based on this one. I'm sure most of you must have this doubt. That said, let us say there is a disk. ऐसा कुछ एक disk है, ठीक है? And let's say this is the point about which this disk is rotating. With omega, all right? The angular velocity of this is what? Omega. अरे यार ओमेगा कैसे लिखा रहा है? Omega. Radius of this is, let's say, R. Now question is, let's say there is a point O, that is a center, and there is any point on the rim of the disk, that is P. So what is induced EMF between O and P? Induced EMF between O and P. Tell me guys, what will be the answer? And magnetic field is into the plane. Tell me guys, what will be the answer? No, I don't have to integrate. We have already done it. हमने already किया हुआ है. Yeah, it is a disk. It is a disk. Okay, Baswaraj has given an answer here. Vishrut has given an answer here. Pranesh, Atharv, Ganesh ने आंसर किया है. I think all of you are correct. अच्छा, what if I ask you that there is another point Q, what will be the induced EMF between O and Q? Will the answer remain same or it will change? It will remain same. अच्छा देखो क्यों होता है, let us find out. See, can I assume a simple or a छोटू सा strip here? Can I assume this? है ना? Now, can I say this is like a single rod which is rotating about this point O? And what is the induced EMF between the pivoted end and the free end? If it is going to rotate with omega, so I'll directly write EPO will be equal to, or you can say EOP also, B into omega into length कितना R है तो R square divided by 2. This is the answer. Now you'll ask, sir, what about O and Q? For that also I'll assume the same kind of strip. Okay, this is also a rod which is rotating with angular velocity omega, crossing the magnetic field in the same fashion. So O will have the higher potential, Q will have the lower potential. So this will be also equal to EOQ. So can I say you are going to get this kind of arrangement? This is the center. So I'm not drawing all the strips. I'm talking about few of the strips. So this will look something like this. If you replace those strips with battery, this will look like this. So what is the induced EMF between this center and any of the point on the rim? Answer will be B omega R square by 2. Guys, click yes if you have understood this, because you see, this is the common point and all of these are having the same value. So the difference between this point, this point, this point, this point, everything will remain the same. Okay, not hollow sphere. Yeah, in that case you can say that, Bacha, no problem. Guys, click yes if you have understood this. So you can write this as a general point that induced EMF between the center of rotation, and rim of the disc will be equal to B omega R square by 2. All right, ठीक है? No, net EMF किसके बीच निकाल रहे हो, प्रतीश? Charges with centrifuged. ऐसा थोड़ी होगा. Clear है सबको? ठीक है. Alright, now let us move on to induction of EMF in a conducting loop placed in a time varying magnetic field. ठीक है? तो अब बात करते हैं induction of EMF in a conducting loop placed in time varying magnetic field. Let me ask you, see, this is the loop I'm talking about. Now this is not a disc. This is simple conducting loop, conducting circular loop. If B increases, tell me what will be the direction of induced current? This is very, very interesting, guys. Please respond to me and please give the answer properly. If B increases, tell me what will be the direction of induced current in the loop. Here B is not constant. A is constant, theta is constant, but B is what? Changing. Tell me what will be the direction of induced current. Clockwise, anti-clockwise, anti-clockwise, anti-clockwise. So most of you are saying anti-clockwise. Let us see. देखो, answer is also correct. Your answer is also correct. Anti-clockwise. इसका meaning क्या है? See, B is into the plane and this B is increasing. So this will increase the flux. So current will be induced in such a way that it should oppose it. To oppose this, the induced magnetic field must be out of the plane, right? So B induced must be out of the plane. Hence, induced current will be anti-clockwise viewed from top. ठीक है? क्या करेंगे? अभी B is what? Out of the plane. B induced is out of the plane. So direct your thumb along the direction of magnetic field and curl your fingers. If you do that, current will be in this direction. This is nothing but the anti-clockwise direction. अच्छा. if B decreases, then B induced will be what? Into the plane only. And in that case, I induced will be what? Clockwise. See guys, this, when I asked you this one, this is not the part that I'm interested in. I just wanted you to revise this part, but the main aim is something else. Guys, tell me what happens or when current will flow in a conducting wire or in a conductor. How does current flow, or what is the agency which is responsible for flow of current? Why current flow in a conductor? क्यों flow करता है? बताओ जल्दी से. Potential difference. थोड़ा और basic जाओ. When there is a flow of charge, right? When there is a flow of charge, when there is a flow of electron, right? When the electrons or the charges will flow, कब flow करेगा? Don't say potential difference. When there will be an electrostatic, or when there will be a force on the charges, right? How does charge flow? When the charges will flow? When there will be force on the charges. Acha, what are the types of forces that can occur, that can be applied on a charge? Gravitational force, I'm not talking about that. So right now, there are two types of force that will be responsible for movement of the charges. One of them is electrostatic, other one is magnetic. Okay, electrostatic force and magnetic force. If I ask you that, tell me whether there was an electric field provided to the charges. Tell me guys, whether we have provided any electric field externally? No. So can I say the meaning or the origin of this thought that electrostatic force is responsible for the flow of charges is gone now? We cannot say that electric field has allowed the movement of charges or has enabled the movement of charges, because no external electric field is given to us, right? So if there is no any external electric field that has been provided here, but still in this case, charges are flowing in this direction. Now you will say, sir, electric field is not there, but magnetic field is there, na? So magnetic field will apply the force. But tell me guys, what will be the, what is the initial velocity of the charges in this conducting loop? What is the initial velocity of the charges in this conducting loop? 0. Does magnetic field apply force on a charge at rest? Does magnetic field apply force on charges at rest? No. So initially there was no any current in this one. First, you have to think about that there is no any electrostatic force that has been given to this. Second, initially no current was flowing, so charges were at rest. If charges were at rest, magnetic field cannot exert any kind of force. So magnetic force will also be 0. Now this is a contradiction. Magnetic force is not there, electrostatic force is not there. तो क्या चंद्रमुखी ने घुमाया इसको? So which agency, what will be the responsible cause for the movement of the charge, for the flow of the charge? What is the reality? Reality ये है कि current flow हो रहा है. Reality is current is like charges are flowing, charges are moving. But electrostatic force is not responsible, magnetic force is not responsible. Then which is responsible? क्या चंद्रमुखी ने आया या माँ बाप का आशीर्वाद था, जा बेटा जा जी ले अपनी जिंदगी, आशीर्वाद है तथास्तु? How the charges will move. So to maintain this, like to have a kind of resonance with the reality and the concepts, हमने क्या किया? We have introduced a new term. हमने क्या बोला? We have introduced a new term, and that is called as induced electric field. That electric field has not been given externally, but electric field will be induced because of change in magnetic field. Got my point? Guys, did you get my point? So I have written all those things in paragraph here. Initially, electrons were at rest. When time varying magnetic field is applied, free electrons start moving. But since no electric field has been externally provided, so no electrostatic force is responsible for this motion. And since particle was at rest initially, magnetic field cannot apply any force on the electron. All right? आगे बात करते हैं. So to explain the motion of free electrons, this is important guys. ध्यान से देखना है क्या मीनिंग है इसका. So to explain the motion of free electrons, what we have done, we introduce a field named as induced electric field. So to explain the motion of free electrons, we have introduced a term named as induced electric field. Acha, why don't we say there will be magnetic force? Reason kya ho jayega? If I introduce that magnetic force when charges are not moving, the whole concept of magnetic force will be now in vain. We have to restudy it, we have to reanalyze it. That is not actually happening here, right? So the movement of charges has occurred because of electric field, and since that electric field has been induced because we have not applied any external electric field, this is there only when magnetic field is changing. So we name that electric field as induced electric field. Then we said this induced electric field is non-electrostatic in nature. Why it is non-electrostatic in nature? Because this electric field has not been created because of the charge distribution. This electric field has not been generated or produced because of charge distribution. This has been introduced, this has been induced because of change in magnetic field. So this is non-electrostatic in nature. So guys, this induced electric field is a theoretical part, is a kind of, you can say, in an imaginary field. ये एक्चुअल में होता नहीं है, ठीक है, ये हम एक्सप्लेन करने के लिए बताते हैं. अच्छा, what about the nature of this field, whether this is conservative or non-conservative? बोलो चलो, if current is flowing in anti-clockwise direction, tell me what should be the direction of induced electric field here in first case? Yeah, it is superficial, correct. बोलो चलो, what is the direction of induced electric field in first case? क्या होगा direction of induced electric field? If current is flowing in anti-clockwise direction, that means electric field must be in anti-clockwise direction. Then only it will apply force on the positive charge to move in anti-clockwise direction. So for this positive charge, this is the induced electric field, this is the induced electric field. So induced electric field in this loop, in this condition, is what? In anti-clockwise direction, tangential to this, but in anti-clockwise direction. If you recall the properties of electrostatic field line, you can remember this, that electric field lines can never be formed or can never be found in a closed loop. Got my point? So the very important property of electrostatic field line was that they can never be found in a closed loop. But here, induced electric field lines will be found in closed loop. Acha. What will be the work done by this induced electric field in closed loop? It will be non-zero, because electric field is in this direction, displacement is also in this direction. If you add all the work done in a closed loop, the work done will not be zero. So I'll say work done by induced electric field in closed loop is non-zero. Hence, this is non-conservative in nature. This is one of the important aspect of identifying whether force is conservative or not, right? So this field is what? Non-conservative in nature. Induced electric field lines exist in closed loop. Work done by this field in closed loop is non-zero. This implies this part. All right. Acha. Tell me guys, what is work done per unit charge by an electrostatic force? What do you define that part? क्या बोलते हो उसको? We call that term as potential difference. Work done per unit charge by electrostatic force is nothing but the potential difference. But we cannot say work done per unit charge by electric field, induced electric field, as potential difference. Why can't we say that? बोलो चलो. Why can't we say work done by induced electric field as potential difference? Tell me what is the reason? Tell me guys, you know the answer. What is the reason? Why? When do you define for which kind of, yeah, very good, Naren has given the answer, correct. Because this is a non-conservative force, this is a non-conservative field, and potential difference, potential energy is only defined for conservative forces. Got my point? So potential energy is defined only for conservative forces, but here we are talking about non-conservative forces because of, you can write, because of non-conservative nature. Achha, next point. So what should we call this then? What should we call this then? we call this as induced EMF. We don't call this as potential difference, but we call work done per unit charge by induced electric field as induced EMF. ठीक है बच्चा लोग? So these are the few points that you have to remember. This question based on this paragraph has already been asked in NEET examination once and in CET once or twice. ठीक है? This is a theoretical question. Can we define work done per unit charge by induced electric field as potential difference? Answer is no. Why can't you define that? Reason is non-conservative nature. ठीक है? So what should we call it? We should call it as induced EMF. Now someone will ask you, is there any difference between induced EMF and potential difference? Yes, there is a difference. ठीक है बच्चा? The difference lies in the expression. The difference lies in the exact definition of these two. However, magnitude-wise, they can be same. ठीक है बच्चा? अच्छा. Now we have defined work done per unit charge by induced EMF is E. What will be the value of this? तो value क्या करेंगे? Q into E will be the force. Force into displacement is the work done. So I have done Q into E. Since E will be E can be what? A variable here. So Q will be constant. I'll take Q as out. So QE is the force into DL is the displacement. So integral QE dot DL will be the work done per unit charge. Alright guys, this is what we have studied, right? So QE dot DL is what? The work done per unit charge. Achha, is it work done per unit charge? This is work done. Or should I write like this or should I delete Q? बोलो बच्चा लोग, आप लोग खुद बताओ. If I ask you to find work done per unit charge, should I write like this or should I delete Q? Guys, please respond. I should be deleting the Q, right? Why? Because Q into E into ds is the work done. Per unit charge mein Q and Q will get cancelled. So induced EMF will be integral E dot dl. Induced EMF will be equal to integral E dot dl. Why there is a circle there? Bolo bachcha log. Why there is a circle there? Because this induced EMF will always be in the form of closed loop. So this is what line integral. Closed curve mein what is the work done? And we know from Faraday law of electromagnetic induction is what? E is equal to minus d phi by dt. So you need to remember this part. That integral E dot dl is equal to minus d phi by dt. Integral E dot dl is equal to minus d phi by dt. Alright guys, acha. Now there is a question. Sir, phi kya hai? Phi is flux, but flux through which coil? Flux through which loop? Bolo bachcha log. What is this phi here? So I have written a note here. Phi is the flux through which or through the loop in which induced electric field is being calculated. Okay? So don't get confused about this phi about any loop. This phi is the flux linked with the loop in which induced electric field is being calculated. All right. So please make a note out of it. So guys, this topic is not very, very important for your boards. And this is not actually that important for CET also. In NEET, this is a kind of topic which is tricky one. There is very low chance that this questions can be asked from this topic in NEET. In JEE, in recent years, the questions from this topic have not been asked. But if you ask me 5 years ago, then questions have been asked from this topic. This is not that important, but you should not be leaving this. All right, guys. So I think time is up. Let us end our class here only. Thank you, guys. Thank you for attending the class. Stay safe, stay healthy. Have a nice day. Enjoy my day, guys. Bye-bye. Take care.